Carmen is a German film that was released in 1918. Now, one thing to understand is this is the first film that's about Carmen. In fact, there were about five or six before this one. Cecil B. DeMille did one. Charlie Chaplin, I saw, did one. Theda Bara starred in one. So, which I really want to see that one because I could see her being the femme fatale because she was a femme fatale and her being anyway. So, I'm not sure why I was surprised by that, but I was. And but yeah, so that's something to consider is that I mean, th this is a famous story anyway. I mean, this is an opera. This is also a ballet. I've seen the ballet about three times, two or three times. And based off of a novel, short story, novella, I should say. And so now, one thing I do want to point out is that the novella is in parts. And so the opera and ballet start at like part three. And yeah, goes starts at the third part. And that's when it transforms the character Don Jose from being a bandit into an honest man. Okay, so just be aware of that. I highly recommend reading the novella and because well, for reasons. No. Um when it comes to the plot, of course, this is about Don Jose, who is this sergeant, he's a military man. Again, he went from being a bandit to he's boy made good now, and he becomes madly in love with Carmen. This is a girl from childhood, and he's uh in love with her. And the thing is, he will do anything for her. And through the story, he firmly believes that she is madly in love with him, that kind of a story. And but when he finds out after he did something for her that she just let him on, basically, yeah, it gets pretty intense. And so now I want to say this because we don't see Pola Negri very much on this channel. We haven't seen her, and she's in this. She plays Carmen, and she was known for her femme fatale characters. And I loved watching her in this. I absolutely loved watching her. I also loved the actor. Um, I know I'm going to butcher his name, Harry Liedtke, who played Don Jose Navarro. Those two did an excellent job. And like if you're used to the like the Theta Bara of Femme Fatale, uh, maybe you'll enjoy Pola Negri like I did. I really enjoy. I think she was in her element when she was doing this. This is one of her earlier. She really uh took off in the 20s and everything. So now she did talk about this movie in her memoirs. In fact, there were accounts talking about how she fled uh the premiere. Because again, in 1918, World War One was still going. And they had the premiere in Berlin. So yeah, that's kind of scary. And she talks about that. Um, so she says the studio orchestra played selections from Carmen to get us in the mood. We sat down in the projection room and the film began. I heard a faint sound in the distance. Gunfire. As the gunfire became louder, the director urged the audience to remain calm and to finish viewing the film. By nightfall, The strikers and the troops were engaged in close quarter battle, and all the streets were closed. So that had to be scary. No wonder she fled. So, um, so that was her account of what happened at the premiere. And then, of course, like I said, other people talked about how she had fled the scene, and I would have too. I would have had no problem leaving and looking like a coward. Because again, it was World War One, and it was going at the time that they did this premiere in Berlin. And but anyway, so this is Carmen. It's a German film. It was released in 1918.